Man, I'm pretty well dialed in, and I am so excited to go on this combo hunt in Maine for bear and for moose. And I just talked to my guide, George, who is pretty excited about it too. He said he heard a moose grunt for the first time yesterday, and I'm just leaving in a couple days, and he's got some bears on the baits, and it should be really good, and I'm super excited about it. The moose part of it is a once-in-a-lifetime deal for me, so I'm also excited that you're going to be along for it, and I'm going to be able to share it with you. So I want to talk to you about a few things here, just the type of equipment that I'm taking and why I've chosen what I have with regard to clothing and everything else. And I am going to go with the Matthews V3X, and I got a 33-inch axle to axle model. It's a little longer bow than what I've shot much in the past, but I'm really shooting this bow well, and it's got a little more forgiveness and just a lot to like about this particular bow. So I'm typically shooting a 27 to 29 inch axle to axle length bow, and I just went with a longer one for this hunt. I'm really excited about the way I'm shooting it, and I've got it pretty well dialed in. You know, I'm not the kind of a target archer that would win any tournaments by any means. I am a hunter, I'm a predator, and I'm not good at really tight groups at long ranges. What I'm good at is killing stuff with a bow. I'll tell you a little bit about the setup that I've got on here. I've got the XV rest on here, and that I've done other videos on this before, and just a little bit I'll show you I'll turn it this way so you can see it better. I'm going to put an arrow on it, hold on. So the cool thing about this rest and why it's perfect for this hunt is because we're going to be calling moose. We're going to be on the ground, we're going to be moving through a lot of brush and so forth. And this is a full containment system where you simply pull back on the string, and now that arrow is locked in there and it can't go anywhere. And if you're moving through brush and trying to sneak up on a moose, you don't have to worry about your arrow rattling around in your rest or coming off the rest when you draw or anything like that. And you can pop it out like that anytime you want. So that's the cool thing about the rest and why it's the right tool for the job. Typically I shoot one pin most of the time, but on this hunt I've decided to go with the Schaefer DT Air, and it's got 4 pins. And I hope you can see those. And I've got them set for the top ones 20, 30, 40, and 50 yards. And I think the longest shot I've ever taken on a deer is like 46 yards. I don't typically shoot long ranges, but in this case, a moose has a really big vital area. I mean, it's like big. I can drive nails at 20 and 30 yards basically. At 40, my groups open up a little bit, but I feel really confident at 40. And at 50, I guess, let's face it, I'm just relying on the fact that moose are really big and their vitals are huge. And of course, the other option that I have is I can just take a rifle off the shoulder of the guide. He's going to be carrying a 300 Win Mag, and I can shoot the moose with a rifle if it comes down to it. I really want to kill it with a bow, but if a bull moose is out there and it just looks pretty obvious that we're not going to get a shot with a bow, I do have the option of taking the 300 Win Mag out of the hands of the guide and killing the moose with that too. So this is the setup that I've got. I really like it, and I've been shooting it a lot, and I feel confident. And frankly, confidence in shooting a bow cannot be overstated, particularly when you're hunting and hunting big game and you want a quick, clean kill. And that's what I'm after, and I feel really good about my opportunity to do that. So let's talk about some of the other things here that I'm taking with me. So I'm spraying this clothing down with scent killer because it helps reduce your scent even when it's dry. And then I will pack these clothes in a tote with some canisters of No Zone scent killer also in the canister. And I just want to tell you a little bit about the type of clothing that I'm wearing, I'm going with the tartan camouflage. This is what I always wear for bears, but I'm also going to wear this for moose, just for expediency, and also because the type of clothing that I've got here is going to be right for that type of situation. This has got more green in it. It's also got some horizontal lines and a mix of vertical lines, which is great for hunting in spruces and cedars and on the ground, basically, when you're calling moose and expecting them to come in close. So this is a layering system that I use here. I'll just kind of give you an example. Like, here's a real lightweight shirt. Like, if it's warm, and the forecast is supposed to be lows in the 50s and 60s, highs in the 60s and 70s for the time that I'm there. And so, you know, if I'm hiking a lot, then I'll want a light shirt, and I'm getting into stand to hunt bears in the afternoon when it's warm. I'm going to want a light shirt like that one. But then we have basic layers. Like, here's a real lightweight jacket that I could put over it. I got a little heavier weight jacket that I'm taking also, and then of course I'm taking the tartan camouflage rain gear that I've got, taking several pairs of pants, and just different items. Here's the heavier weight jacket that I just mentioned. It's a little bit heavier. You know, a hoodie is something that you can just pull on when you're in the stand and the sun goes down and starts to cool off. So that's my choice of clothing. I like the colors, I like the fabric and the feel of these, and the way they fit, and so that's why I go with this particular camouflage quality clothing, and then also the tartan pattern with the green in it. With regard to footwear, I'm taking 3 different pairs of boots. I'm taking leather hunting boots, I'm taking rubber boots, and I'm also taking hip boots, which it sounds like we're going to be using hip boots quite a bit when we're calling moose, walking through the swamps. We're also going to be traveling by boat, both for the bear and the moose hunting, and so sometimes you got to jump out of a boat, and the hip boots will be the right tool for the job for that. So those are the 3 types of footwear I'm taking. So that's a general rundown of the equipment that I'm taking with me, the clothing and boots and so forth. And I'm going to be videoing this hunt, I'm going to be vlogging it, and I'm pretty excited that you guys are along for it. I hope I'm successful with both the bear and the moose. Loading up a bunch of coolers in the back of my truck because I'm hoping to bring a lot of meat back, because this is a hunt on native land with a native license, and I have to have a native guide. The tribe keeps half the meat from your moose, and you can keep your bear and the bear hide and the moose hide and all that, but I have to donate half the moose meat to their food pantry, and I do plan to donate the bear as well. I've already got a bear in the freezer here, and it's just, even half a moose is a lot of meat, so I need to have room to bring it all back. The bear I'm just going to donate as well, because there are some, in fact there's one specific person that wants the bear according to my native guide, so I'm probably just going to go ahead and do that. But here we go. I'm leaving in a couple days, and you'll start seeing videos here before too long about this hunt, and it should be pretty exciting. I am really charged up about this, and thank you for being a part. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything. We'll see you soon.